The sharp clatter of machinery shattered the dawn's fragile stillness, a grinding roar that yanked John Parker from his Texas porch, his coffee mug trembling in his hand as he squinted toward the lake. He dropped it, the ceramic cracking on the weatherboards, and grabbed his rifle, heart pounding like a war drum against his ribs. The sound wasn't the wind or a tractor. It was heavy, industrial, a beast of steel chewing at his 200-acre ranch from the North Shore. He bolted to the barn, the burn on his forearm pulsing under the cool March air, and saddled Dusty, the chestnut mare's ears twitching as he mounted. Grayson's shadow had loomed since the Ridge standoff 2 nights ago, and now it was here, louder, bolder, a siege breaking over his land. He spurred Dusty toward the noise, the sun barely cresting the horizon, and knew this wasn't just a threat, it was an invasion. The air thickened with dust as he rode, the lake's silver surface glinting through the trees, its edges scarred by the storm's swollen banks. He crested a rise, reining Dusty in, and the sight hit him like a fist. 3 bulldozers, yellow and hulking, their blades gouging the earth along the North Shore, tearing up grass and roots with mechanical fury. Behind them, a dozen men in hard hats swarmed, some driving stakes, others unrolling wire, fencing off a stretch of his lakefront as if it were theirs. At the center stood Richard Grayson, silver hair gleaming under a hard hat, his suit traded for work boots and a clipboard, his cold eyes scanning the chaos with a predator's calm. John dismounted, rifle raised, his boots sinking into the churned dirt, and strode forward, voice cutting through the din like a blade. "Grayson, get your machines off my land now." Grayson turned, unflinched, his voice smooth as ice over the bulldozer's growl. "Mr. Parker, this isn't your land anymore. Lakeview Partners owns this stretch, eminent domain, filed yesterday. Progress waits for no man." John's blood ran cold, his grip tightening on the rifle, the barrel glinting in the dawn light. "Eminent domain? Court gave me the deed. Full claim. You're trespassing, and I'll make you leave." Grayson's lip curled, a faint smirk. "Court's one thing, money's another. State approved the sale, public good, development jobs. Step back, or my lawyers bury you." John stepped closer, towering over the suited man, his shadow long across the torn earth. "Try it. This is my ranch, fought for every inch. Move, or I will." Grayson signaled the crew, unfazed. "Keep working, boys." He's all bark. A bulldozer rev, its blade biting deeper, and John snapped, firing a shot into the air, the cracks splitting the morning. The crew froze, hard hats tilting, eyes darting between them, dust swirling in the sudden silence. Grayson's smirk faded, his voice low. "You'll regret that, Parker. This is bigger than you." He retreated to a black SUV, engine idling, and drove off, leaving the crew stalled but the machines looming. John stood there, breathing hard, the lake's edge a battlefield of mud and steel. He rode back, the sun climbing, and tethered Dusty, storming into the house to call Sheriff Hargrove. "Done? It's John. Grayson's got bulldozers on my lake, claims eminent domain. Need you here." Hargrove's voice crackled, tense. "On my way, bringing papers." "Stay calm, John. Don't shoot nobody." Midday heat baked the ranch as Hargrove arrived, patrol car kicking dust, a folder in hand. Frank Hensley met them on the porch, his gray hair wild, pistol at his hip. Mary Ellen trailing with coffee, her gray mare tethered nearby. "What's the law say?" John demanded, voice rough, as Hargrove spread documents on the table. "Grayson's fast," Hargrove said, tapping a page. "Filed with the state, eminent domain for economic development. Says the lake's public use, resort plans. Your deed's solid, but this overrides it unless we fight." Frank's jaw set, his soldier's eyes sharp. "Override? That's theft with a pen. Grayson's bought the state." Mary Ellen poured coffee, her hand steady but her voice tight. "Court's tomorrow, decrees ours. Can't he wait?" Hargrove shook his head. "Money don't wait, state's rushing it. I'll stall his crew, trespass hold till the hearing. But he's got pull." John slammed a fist on the table, mugs rattling. Stall ain't enough. He's tearing my land now. We stop him today. Dusk fell, the sky streaking gold. When Jake's truck rolled up, Sarah, Matt, and Tom climbing out, faces grim but resolute. Sarah carried a laptop, Matt a stack of files, Tom a rifle, his guilt still shadowing his eyes. "Dad," Jake said, stepping forward, "Grayson's plans, resort, golf course, whole lakefront. State's emails, bribes to officials, fast-tracked." Matt nodded, spreading files. "Found Grayson's shell, Lakeview's a front, tied to Dallas cash. Hearings are shot, prove corruption." Tom shifted, voice low. "I'll testify." Met his scout, saw the cash. "Owe you that." John met his gaze, suspicion easing but not gone. "You're in, prove it on the stand." Night deepened. The group planning, Frank and Hargrove scouting the lake, Jake and Matt prepping evidence, Sarah calling the lawyer, Mary Ellen and Tom riding the perimeter. John sat on the porch, rifle across his lap. The lake a dark promise under a waxing moon. Headlights flared at 1 a.m. 3 SUVs, Grayson's crew back, floodlights blazing, bulldozers rumbling to life. John signaled Frank, hidden in the barn, and rode out with Mary Ellen. Rifles ready, the night heavy with threat. "Hold!" John roared, firing into the air, the crack halting the machines. "This is my land. Back off." A foreman stepped forward, hard hat tilted, voice loud. "State says ours. Keep clear, or we call troopers." Frank emerged, pistol raised. Hargrove's siren wailing as he rolled up, lights flashing. "Trespass stands," Hargrove barked, badge glinting. "Court's tomorrow. Move, or I lock you up." The crew hesitated, floodlights dimming. When Grayson's SUV screeched in, the man himself climbing out, silver hair stark in the beams. "Sheriff, you're outmatched," he said, voice smooth. "State's with me. Parker's done." John advanced, rifle steady, Mary Ellen at his side. "Not yet. Court's my ground. You'll lose." Grayson's eyes flickered, cold and calculating. Then he smirked. "We'll see." He signaled retreat, SUVs peeling off. Bulldozers silent but poised. Dawn broke, the lake calm but scarred, as Jake's truck returned. Tom's testimony prepped, evidence stacked. Grayson's bribes, solid proof, Sarah said, laptop glowing. "Hearings in 3 hours, we've got him." John nodded. The rifle close, the group gathered, Frank, Mary Ellen, the kids, Tom, Hargrove, a united front. "Held the line," Frank muttered, cleaning his pistol. "But Grayson's deep. Money's his army." Mary Ellen squeezed John's hand, her voice firm. "We've got truth. Beats cash in court." He gripped her back. The lake glowing soft outside, bulldozers a silent threat. The siege was stalled, the hearing set, but Grayson's reach loomed. Power, corruption, a titan unbowed. Across the ridge, a light blinked, binoculars, then gone. John chambered around, the click loud in the stillness, ready for the dawn's reckoning.